Aloha e ohana. We're doing something new here today, fam. Something I've never quite done in this way before. Aloha. Thank you so much for joining this prayer today. We have a big storm that's been brewing in the Gulf of Mexico that's aimed at Florida right now. We just had massive storms that came and have done such destruction in North Carolina. And so the traditions that I have been apprenticing myself to and studying, the indigenous traditions, they teach us that the water is not an object. The waters are a being. The waters are one of our most sacred allies. And that we can cultivate a relationship with the water. That the water is listening to every word we say. The waters in our bodies are listening to every word we say. The waters around us are noting the frequency of our voice, the tonality of our voice. The waters are reflecting us. They're reflecting our consciousness. If you speak hatefully towards water, the crystalline structure of that water will reflect a chaotic essence. If you speak love into the water will reflect that beauty in its very crystalline structure. And so we are here today. I am here today to speak lovingly to the waters, because the waters of my body are connected to the waters across the entire earth. There is no separation. Water is water is water is water. And wherever the spirit of water is listening. Water is present. And if we can be honest with ourselves, we have to acknowledge that as a species, we have not been honoring the waters. We have not been honoring the precious, sacred nature of the Vai. We have not been listening. We have not been venerating the water. We've been wasting water. We've been polluting water. We walk into our kitchen and we turn the faucet on and we walk away. We don't even think. And this is not every one of us all day long, every day. But just trying to get the connection right. This is truthfully what our waters, this is what we collectively are doing. We are damming the waters. And there have been indigenous movements that have been standing to protect the waters, standing rock. Water is life. Water is sacred. And if you look at the pace of our society, if you look at what our society values these days, it's not the waters. So we come today humbly. We come here today with a humble heart to reconnect with the sacredness of the water in our own bodies, to bring our aloha spirit, to cultivate the spirit of aloha in the presence of the waters, and to call to the waters of our planet, please be gentle. And in order to do that, we must admit and acknowledge to the waters of our body, to the waters who are listening, the ways that we ourselves have not been caring for the waters. It is a matter of ho'oponopono. It is a matter of reconciliation. So let us reconcile with our waters. Let us reconcile with the water element in our being, the water element in the cosmos. Let us reconcile with the waters of our birth, that sack of water. Let us remember the primordial relationship that each one of us is born into as a creature of the earth. Before we were American, before we were white or brown or red or yellow, before we had a name, before we had a gender, before we had any of this. Like, we're children. We're children of this beautiful planet whose greatest assets and dimensions is her waters. And if there are beings in other planets, if there are other planets, then they probably come here for our waters, to bear witness to and to enjoy our waters. And how can I not let the waters of my own tears fall as I reflect on what our society has done to the waters? We shit on fresh water. We piss on fresh water and flush it down the toilet. It's insanity. We live in a colonized insanity around the waters, friends. And if we can't feel this, if we can't give ourselves permission to feel this pain, then we'll never restore our connection. So please feel, please reflect on the essence of the waters in our body. The waters are the feminine. The water is the essence of the feminine, of flow, of tumultuousness, and of that trickling gentleness, right? Surrender, the yin force. This is the essence of the water. And in order to restore our connection to the waters, in order to communicate with the waters in a sacred way, personally and collectively, we each must come into a more harmonious and intimate connection with the waters of our body, with the very vai of our bodies. The Kanaka Maoli, their word for water is vai. Vai. Hawaii. Hawaii. Ha, the breath. Vai, the water. Io, creator God, the creator essence, the great spirit. Hawaii, the breath of the waters of God. If there's a more beautiful name for a place, I don't know if I've heard one. And if there's a more beautiful language to express the essence of aloha, of love, I've never met one. And so I had the great pleasure of bowing at the feet of teachers of these traditions in Hawaii for 4 years before my missions called me forth and elsewhere. And I want to ask you to join me. If you can't stay now, please come back to this message. Please come back to this when you can give your mana, give your attention, and pour it into this prayer. There are people in the path of a massively destructive hurricane. And we are participating in this. We are doing this. We are, through our lifestyle, through our collective way of being, through our complete dishonoring as a society and a people of the sacredness of water, we are calling upon ourselves the environmental destruction. We are doing this through our way of life, through the exploitation of our Mother Earth. And we must, before we, Christ said, before you go lay your gift on the altar, if you have a grievance with your brother, go reconcile first, then bring your gift. That's what our master said. And this gift that we bring, this prayer, this humble offering of our veneration, of our song, we're going to sing to the waters together in an easy and beautiful way. But we must get right. We must ho'oponopono in our heart. Ho'opono, to make right in our own heart and be honest with ourselves about the ways that we have been not venerating the water in our own personal life. Don't go point at some corporation who's polluting the waters. When if you're honest with yourself, you switch on that water in the shower and you step in there without ever thanking her for pouring over your body. More often than not. You just take that water and drink it without ever looking at this precious element and saying, wow, thank Thank you. Mahalo vai. Aloha vai. Receiving this water into your body with love and intention. You are participating in cycles of the exploitation of our waters, whether you're aware of that or not. But today, we don't get to not be aware of that anymore. We don't get to be blind to the waters, to her sacredness, to her beauty. We must remember, REMember, remember that we are members of one water. We are the members of one water. That one water flows through all of us. That water is sacred and intelligent and has things to teach us if we're willing to listen and humble ourselves before her beauty and intelligence. We must listen to the waters. When I woke up, not just to the intellectual idea, but to the reality that the waters are alive. Water is a being. Every time I interact with water, I'm interacting with a person, with a thou, with a being of ancient intelligence and beauty and strength. Every time. Then I had to look back on a life where I took water for granted my whole life and treated her like a thing. How would you like to be treated like an object? How would you like to be treated like a thing and used for somebody else's benefit without ever being thanked, without ever being acknowledged? How would you like that? Nobody like it. No living intelligence likes being treated like an object. And so this prayer today, for us to reach into the heart of the water, for us to speak to the being who is water, we must remember that she is alive, that she's not a thing, that her aliveness is not some fiction made up by primitive people. No, her objectification is the fiction made up by sick, ignorant colonizers who want to use her and discard her. The objectivity, the object of water is the fiction. Water is a being. She's our auntie. She's our beloved. She's coursing through our bodies right now. Aloha Liz, so good to see you, sister. Mahalo nui loa for coming and sharing this prayer. Thank you. We're here to remember. And remembering the sacredness of water is one of the most revolutionary things we can do as late stage colonized human beings, as domesticated human beings who are generations deep in colonization, stripped of our indigenous languages long ago, stripped of our indigenous heritage and connection to the earth and to the elements long ago. Oh, I don't like this thing in my face, so I'm going to move it even though I want to have the microphone close to me. Oh. So just feeling in, letting ourselves touch in. Ha, vai, e, breath, water, spirit. Breath, water, spirit. Ha, vai, e, breath, water, spirit. This is the home of my soul, Hawaii. Oh, got the waters pouring out of my nose, pouring out of my eyes right now. I ain't sorry about it. I ain't ashamed about it the least bit. I feel, and my feeling is the waters in my being. I feel deeply. I feel powerfully. The waves of my feelings wash and crash and sweep through my life. They don't come through violently, though, because I love my waters, I love my feeling, I love my vai. But if we're going to reconnect with the vai, if we're going to reconnect with our heritage, with the waters of our being, then we must come back to the fluidity and the flow. Come back to the breath. Oh, come back to our ancient inheritance as the children of the earth, as the children of our Divine Mother. Right here. Take a deep breath in through the nose with me. Let your breath spill out of your mouth with a sound. We have inherited so much passive tension. So as we're rewilding ourselves, as we're undomesticating this beautiful human creature, as we're shedding the generations of colonization from our bodies so that they can awaken to their primordial connectedness to all that is, we must restore the breath. Deep, gentle breath. And we must find our voice. And in the waters of our body, we feel our voice, because our voice is tuning the waters. Wherever we are, our voice is tuning the waters around us and within us first and foremost. The water within your body is always being tuned at a frequency level by your conscious intentions and by your voice. So let your voice come forth, not as words in a language that was colonized thousands of years ago. As birdsong. Let your voice just express. Let your voice be an instrument of tuning the waters within you to the frequency of love, to the frequency of appreciation. Thank you. Oh, I love you. Thank you. I love you. Every inhale, thank you. Exhale with a sigh. Oh, I love you. Make a sound that you can feel in your body and it feels pleasurable. It's so good. You can do this anywhere you are. The more you do it, the better you feel. The better you feel, the clearer your eyes and your heart are. Deep breath in. Thank you. Those exhales are how we release passive tension in the body. As you breathe, as you receive more manna, as you receive more more breath. What is water? Hydrogen and what? Oh, oxygen, yeah? As you augment the oxygen of the waters of your body. Let this aliveness come into the organic substrate of your body that's sitting underneath your mental construct of what's happening right now, of who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. All of your concepts about what water and breath are, just let it come underneath all that. Just be generous with yourself today. And the one thing you need most, which is the breath. You can go days without water, but you cannot go more than a couple minutes without breath. And the quality of our breath, the quality, the depth, the gentleness, It is programming the rest of our experience. The quality of the breath programs the rest of our experience. So let your breath program your experience. Let your breath program it with ease and depth and gentleness and strength. Oh, and let your voice ring forth. Let your voice come from your belly, from where the waters are sitting in your belly. Come on, deep breath, dropping the ha deep down into the body. Because we're not going to approach the waters with a panic. We're not going to approach them with shame and fear. No. We acknowledge we made a mistake. We're so sorry. But we come to the waters with our gentleness, with our love. Thank you. I love you. Feel the waters of your body responding. Tune in to the waters within you and breathe the breath in. As you breathe the air into your body, thank you. Give the water, give the air, give the manna to your body. Give the prana that you're receiving, the chi, to the waters of your body as a form of veneration. You have that divine right, that primordial sovereign gift. This is yours to steward. Nobody else can tell you better what is good for this one. Nobody can fix this when it's damaged, but you. Nobody can heal this but your consciousness. And it's not even you, it's the design of the body itself before you came into it. But your attitude and your breath, your presence here in this body are everything. Everything. Many traditions say that all of this is happening inside of you. All of this is happening inside of you. The body is a mirror. It's a map. It's a fractal image of the whole. So as I come into the waters of my body and I soothe them, thank you. I love you. As I allow myself to feel whatever I feel, when I return and restore my energy and attention back to what is most sacred and what is most precious. As I allow myself to feel this, so the entire universe that I inhabit reflects this. And the more of us who can come together and venerate the waters of our body and remember, the more of us who can ho'oponopono, who can reconcile with our water, with the sacredness of the waters that we have been taking for granted, then the more powerfully our prayer goes into the waters of the earth. The more powerfully our plea for peace goes into the eye of that storm of the breath and the water, whipping around, spiraling intensely, fiercely. So we place ourselves at the eye of that storm in our consciousness. We place ourselves and we feel the waters storming and raging, the waters picking up speed, the waters moving. And wouldn't you if all of your rivers were dammed, if people were pumping poison into your ocean and murdering your children for sport, wouldn't you rage? Wouldn't you rage if you had been exploited this way, taken advantage of, taken for granted, carved up and distributed for profit, withheld from those who need it for the sake of profit of those who don't need more because they already have more than their fair share? Wouldn't you rage? And the rage isn't even really truly rage, because all anger is just a wake-up call. It's just a wake up when we feel anger in the waters of our body. When we feel that rage, it's not a signal to do harm. It's a signal to wake up. Wake up. Take a stand for something. Wake up. Remember, you forgot something. You've lost connection with your center. You've lost connection with the balance. Something is off. Slow down. Wake up and slow down. That's what anger says, always. So we slow down the breath. Keep breathing. And we let our spine flow, because our spine is the ancient serpent within these bodies, the dragon within us. I'm not trying to freak out any Christians. I love Christ. He is my master. He woke me up and saved my life. But I am not afraid of the serpent that lives inside of me, that is my most ancient inheritance, right? We all have a serpent inside. It's part of our nature. We are the synthesis of all of our brothers and sisters. We're something that's made of everything. And we cannot have the fullness of our vitality and health if we do not honor the spine, honor the exquisite coherence of all of these little bones and sinews and muscles. And when we move the spine and roll the spine, we are pumping the fluids, the spinal fluid. And we're increasing our brain capacity, our clarity. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love you. Don't spectate. Participate. Oh, I love you. Oh, you may wonder why I'm wearing this stuff that may look silly. It might look silly to someone who comes onto this call. Is this a gimmick? Is Joshua doing a gimmick? No. My indigenous teachers told me that when I go to pray, that I put on my best, that I make something beautiful that's just for this prayer. My teachers have taught me that when I go to approach the waters, I dress myself up. I wear the blue and the gold, and I approach her with veneration. I show her, hey, I care about you. And I'm here with intention. I've prepared myself for this prayer, and this is what we're doing now. We're preparing ourselves for this prayer, like the minstrel who tunes his instrument before he plays for the queen. Okay? We are that instrument, tuning ourselves to play the most beautiful music for our queen. If we're lucky, if we're so lucky, we can play a beautiful prayer through these bodies, as these bodies, for the body of our mother, for the body of the waters, for the queen of the waters, Yemanja Mamayoshum, for these exquisite beings who inhabit the earth and live generously through every living being. Oh, the angel of water, as the Essenes called her. Angel of water. So if we're going to pray, we don't hurry, we don't rush. You can't rush the pule. You can't hurry the prayer. Ahonuia lanakila. Patience is victory, say my Kanaka teachers, the Hawaiian song, Aloha Oli Oli. Ahonuia lanakila. Patience is victory. We move patiently toward this prayer, knowing in our hearts that the more we are full of the breath, the clearer our heart is, the more loving our heart is, then the more beautifully and powerfully we can petition the waters to be at peace. We can petition the waters on behalf of our family to please be calm, be easy. Oh, please. And you may be uncomfortable with my emotions. It would not be surprising because our domestication process has shut us down, has shut us out from the waters of our body and tightened us up against feeling what is only healthy and true to feel, has stopped us up from expressing the truth and authenticity of our emotions. This is part of our dishonoring of the waters, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault. We've been violently trained to deny our feelings, especially my brothers, especially my men, thinking that it somehow makes us more powerful. No. No. We lose power when we lose contact with our emotions. We lose power when we lose contact with the authenticity of our feeling body. Oh, and as every great valley will attest, there is no force more powerful than water. Over time, other forces may be more sudden, but water, she slowly wear you down. She slowly trickle her way past all of your defenses. Gosh, I want to blow my nose. I gotta get myself something. Maybe you be saying, so let's get to this pule already. Let's get to this prayer already. Wow, we're in it. We're praying. Even if you've only spent 5 minutes, 2 minutes with me breathing and remembering the softness. Come back to your body. Come back into the softness of your body. Connect in your consciousness with the waters of your body. Let everything else go and just soften. Just relax. Just surrender. Allow your spine to remain upright unless you want to lie down. Lying down is beautiful and perfect. If you wish to lie down as you breathe and let the waters of your body flow and undulate, that's fine. But keep the breath smooth. And exhale with love. Feel your voice vibrating through your body. Feel your voice vibrating through your body. Feel your voice vibrating through the waters. Give the waters of your body a tone that is pleasurable and soothing. We wake up today. This prayer is not only a communication with the waters today. May this prayer be a waking up of our deep and primordial relationship with the waters. May this prayer awaken something within our being that from this moment forward, every time I touch the water, go find some water, go fill a cup, go fill something with water. Every time you come to this miracle, this exquisite element, look at this, wow. So beautiful, so pure, so sensuous. Every time we come to this element, we See her as a being, as a thou. Wow, thank you, water. I love you, water. Thank you, water. I love you, water. Thank you, water. I love you, water. Every time we receive her into our body, we give thanks. We appreciate her, and we give her our love. Oh, we feel her in our mouth. We allow the saliva in our mouth and the chemistry of our mouth to send an intention into the water, to open our hearts, to soothe our bodies, to bring healing to some part of us. And then we receive her into that place. Hey, every time I turn the faucet on, thank you, water. I love you, water. Every time I get into the shower, thank you, water. I love you, water. Every time I go into a body of water, the river or the ocean or a lake, thank you, water. I love you, water. I sing to the water. I never set foot in a river or a lake or the ocean without singing to her first. Never. This is just what I have been taught by my teachers. You don't go to a being as venerable as a river without asking permission to commune. And just like if somebody were to come to you and treat you like an object and just kind of take something from you, just like that, they could never receive from you what they could receive from you if they approached you with veneration and asked you humbly to give what they are needing or wanting, right? There's no way that somebody can take from you something as beautiful as what they can receive from you that you willingly give in the conscious, collaborative, and consensual exchange of one divine intelligence to another, right? So we venerate the water. Thank you, water. I love you, water. It's not just a prayer for today, it's a prayer for the rest of our lives. I have spent years stripping away, decolonizing my consciousness from seeing water as an object for my use. I've spent years devoted to this practice, and I still forget every day. Every day I still forget. So the good news is I have many more years to practice. I have many more years to awaken to the sacredness, to the intelligence, to the ancient wisdom, power, and beauty of water. Many more years to cultivate my relationship with her. It's a relationship that is built and cultivated through gratitude and love in its essence. And that gratitude and love will guide each of us in how we can begin to relate to water and to use water in a more respectful way. And just these little changes within our lives are tuning the waters of our bodies and therefore the waters of the earth to the frequency of our gratitude and love. As we shift our consciousness, we allow this change to happen. And there may come a time when we have to stand for our waters. There may come a time when we have to stand again to protect the Vai from those who will come to desecrate her. And we will be ready, and we will know when it is time. We will listen, and we will follow, and we will honor the guidance, and we will do it without any violence, but we will stand and we will protect the sacredness of our waters. We remember and we know what we're here for. We are the gardeners. We are her protectors and guardians. And so, as we build this relationship, as we grow in our love and our appreciation of water, so we also grow in our capacity to protect her as the guardians of Gaia, as the peaceful warriors of light, love, and prosperity that we came to be. So, we're going to sing one pule. It's a song that came to me in the waters of Pohoiki. Pohoiki is a beach on the big island of Hawaii, facing the east, in Puna, at the feet of Tutupele herself. Pohoiki has long been a place of healing waters. And after the 20 water, I love you, water. Every time she would come to get in the water, thank you, water, love you, water, thank you, water, love you, water. So I started singing, and then this song came through. We're gonna start with the Hawaiian words. Mahalo vai, aloha vai. And I want you to just join this prayer. Mahalo vai. Join it with me. Just drop into it. Feel the waters of this pule. Let's join our voices together and keep our hearts on the waters and on the spiraling of this hurricane, and imagining it softening and soothing and relaxing, like we're singing it a lullaby. We sing it a lullaby, my friends. We sing a lullaby to this beautiful, powerful hurricane so that she relaxes and softens. Hey. See, we tune in our instrument. If we're not tuned up right, then it don't sound right. Everything is frequency. Everything is frequency. Everything is frequency. And when we harmonize at a beautiful frequency, we create powerful effects in the world, yeah. So we go and sing this. Thank you, water. Aloha vai means love you, water. Mahalo vai. Aloha vai. Mahalo vai. Sing it with me, please. Mahalo vai. Aloha vai. singing this lullaby to the waters. Aloha. Let yourself sway. Aloha vai. As I sing the chorus. From the depths of the ocean to the rain falling down, rivers and streams carving deep into dancing in my body, caressing my face, nourishing and cleansing the earth with your grace. Flourish it any way you like. Releasing anything we no longer need. Rivers and streams carving deep into the ground, dancing in my body, caressing my face, nourishing and cleansing the earth with your grace. From the depths of the ocean to the rain falling down, Rivers and streams cutting deep into the ground, dancing in my body, caressing my face, nourishing and cleansing the earth with your grace. Mahalo Vine. Mahalo Vine. Aloha Vine. Feel it in your body. Let it be pleasurable. Aloha Vine. Sing it to the waters inside of you. Sing it humbly, sing it badly. Oh, beautiful waters, deep and holy waters, salty waters and fresh waters, waters that are pouring down from the icy mountaintops, waters that are hidden deep in the dark within the earth, bubbling up as springs for our drinking, waters that are being called into the sky by the song of the sun. Oh, thank you, we love you. Waters that run free and true and clear. The water that we pour into our tea. The water that we wash ourselves with in our shower, our sinks. The water that we drink into our bodies and let flow through our veins. Our veins, our veins, our veins. Our veins are our veins, the veins of the earth. Feeling the waters of the earth as one body of water, feeling the earth as one body, and feeling this hot spot, feeling this hot spot on the earth, and sending our attention, sending our awareness to that place where the water is swirling and churning and boiling, where the water of the Great Gulf has become so hot. We send our soothing breath there. We send our thanks and our love there. We envision the swirling hurricane, soothing, relaxing, coming back to peace. We promise the beautiful waters that we will remember her. We will venerate her. We are so sorry that we let things get this bad. And we're so sorry that we have let our culture become so dismissive. But each of us today in this prayer makes a solemn vow to venerate the waters, to protect the waters, to sing to the waters, to pray with the waters, to give thanks to the waters. waters every day so that we can restore the balance within our own bodies, the waters that flow in our relationships, the waters that flow in our families, in our communities. So we lift this prayer of peace. So we lift our hearts and our souls to the waters. So we invite the storm to be soothed, to soften and be at peace. So we ask the waters of our body to be at peace. May this peace be with you. May this love be with you. May this flowing of the waters of life in ease and grace and beauty be with you. May you and me and we remember what we are, who we are, and why we're here. Aloha e. Thank you so much for joining yourself to this prayer. Thank you so much for amplifying this prayer with me today. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. May all beings be at peace. May all hearts overflow with love. May all the waters be happy. May all the waters run free. May all the waters be peaceful. And may all the waters overflow with our love and veneration. Aloha e, aloha e, aloha e, aloha e. Great love, only the greatest of love. Aloha e.